in studio today, Mood Food Wellness Company. So tell us first, I want to know, Melissa, was this your idea? How did this come together?
So it originally started as kind of an extension of my catering and events business, where I was focused on creating events that would be healthy and fun and kind of create an environment where you don't have to choose between like going to brunch with your friends on Sunday or doing something healthy. We would kind of combine both of those things. But obviously now things have changed a little bit now that events are on hold. So it was originally Mood Food Events. Now it's evolved into Mood Food Wellness Co. And we're still trying to do as many events as possible and creating online experiences, but a bunch of other fun offerings now too.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So, and you founded this right here on the South Shore.
I did, yes. I'm from Situate, but the business is based in Marshfield.
Oh wow. Okay, great. Right here. Okay.
Yes.
Mood Food Wellness Company.
Well, tell us a little bit about what this transition this year has been like for you.
It's been interesting. It's been really fun, honestly. It's been really exciting to try different things and kind of have, I like to plan in advance and kind of have a good game plan when I go into things. And it was kind of liberating to just feel like, well, we're just all doing it on the fly. We're just figuring it out. So it gave me a lot of space to just kind of make mistakes and figure it out. And thankfully, after about a year now, I'm starting to finally feel like I'm figuring out this new normal situation.
Wow. Yeah, because okay, so 2019, again, that was before any of us could even imagine this. So you have this goal in your head in 2019, and for a lot of us, we thought 2020 was going to be this great year of growth.
Yeah.
And there was so much potential there, and none of us saw this virus coming. And so you've been able to pivot to stay alive, and obviously, once we get back to those events, I imagine you'd love to get back to that.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Tell us about, I'm on the website, by the way, at moodfoodwellness.com. That's her website. A new community initiative called Nourish Your Neighbors. What is that about?
So that's a food drive that I started at around the holidays, but it's going to continue basically until things get back to normal. It supports the Situate Food Pantry, and it's focused on bringing dairy, gluten, and refined sugar-free foods to the food pantry. They've seen a huge increase in demand this year, and especially for products like those that are for people with food sensitivities or allergies. And the feedback that I received was that a lot of people are requesting these items not because they have celiac disease, but because they have inflammation issues or other underlying health conditions that can be bothered by ingesting these things. So it's really a way of helping to improve people's overall health in this time and help combat the whole coronavirus situation. If people's immune systems are suffering because of the food they're eating, they're not going to be able to combat anything that they might come into contact with as easily.
Okay, so this is an ongoing drive. So folks, if they're interested, they can make a contribution to the drive?
Yes, absolutely. There's on the website, there's a list of the community drop spots that we have set up. There's quite a few in Cohasset. Seabird Coffee is one of them, Balance Studios another, Via Boutique, Tiffany Nails, Quench Juicery in Situate. All places have tubs set up that you can just do quick drop-offs. And there will be some more pop-up locations as well where I'll be doing donations, collecting donations of fresh food too.
What about these virtual cooking classes? So we talked about pivoting, obviously doing things in person with people is going to be the most fun, but we've all started to get used to the virtual experience.
Yes, and I feel like in person is really where I shine. That's why I love people. I love being around people, but people kept asking for us to do these virtual classes, and it's just become apparent that it's not going back to the way it was anytime soon, and this is how we're going to connect for the time being. And so I'm really focused on trying to bring that mood food experience into an online space. Our workshops are really focused on, whether it's a cooking class or a topic workshop, they're really focused on creating just a brief introduction that's fun, that's digestible, that doesn't leave you feeling like you just got information dumped on you and now you have to go process what you just heard. It's just a fun introduction, and then there are clear next steps with the people that we're working with. So if you do want to take that deeper dive and you are interested in learning more about the topic, you can work with them one-on-one or in their workshops to kind of explore those topics deeper.
Is there one upcoming that you want to tell us about?
Yes, we have our Aquarius season workshop coming up on the 17th. That one's going to be super exciting. There is, I think it's for the first time since the Dark Ages, there's an alignment of 7 planets in the house of Aquarius, which is what happened right before the time of the Renaissance came about. So hopefully that is what we're looking at, is a Renaissance on the horizon. Yes. So Amanda O'Brien's going to be the astrologist working with us on that workshop, and she's going to tell us all about that alignment, what that means for us, and hopefully shed some good news on 2021 for us.
Wow.
Oh, I like the sound of the clean cookies.
Clean cookies, what does that mean?
So those are cookies that I make. They're really simple. It's basically a shortbread recipe that I've been working on, but it's made with just almond flour, coconut oil, and maple syrup, and a little bit of sea salt. So it's super simple. There's still sugar content in them because of the maple syrup, but the idea is that they're not as processed, they're not as sweet. It's just a cleaner alternative to that traditional sweet treat that people love and crave, and it's a little less inflammatory and a little more inclusive for people with food allergies and doing different diets.
Wow, a lot of stuff on this website, I have to say, wow. Okay.
And there's even a marketplace too.
Oh yes, that was one of the first pandemic pivots that I went into. That was it just seemed like the natural step was to just jump in and just start figuring out ways to kind of connect those brands that I had been working with at the events that we had been featuring and bring those to people. And obviously there was a need to connect people with food. So I focus in the marketplace on dairy, gluten, and refined sugar-free foods. They're all natural. I literally reach out to the brands. I work with the owners or their teams to vet all of the products in them. So I know that they're super clean, they're super natural, they're things I would put in my own body. And the marketplace aims to just make it really easy for people to find clean, healthy food and know that some individual person that really cares about these products has done the research, and it's not just about creating sales, it's about curating a collection of products that tie back into just making it really easy for people to embrace better living. You shouldn't have to do hours of research to figure out what's real food.
Yeah, and I think, for a lot of us, and Melissa, that's kind of what, we're looking for, is something that's easy and it's a simple way to do it. We want to do the right thing, but sometimes it's easier to do the wrong thing until you come up with a way to make it simple, and that's what you've done.
Exactly. That's my whole goal with everything I do, is to just make it simple for people. And it's part of my own journey too, is as I'm learning things, I think that that's the funnest part for me, is that as I'm doing these things, I'm learning myself, I'm experiencing a lot of things for the first time, and then I get to share that experience with people and let them know that, even if you're not going to go home and throw away everything in your cabinets and start a new life today or whatever, you can still just make a better choice. You can try something new like the cookies are a great example. I serve them at Thanksgiving and at Christmas, and people that aren't healthy people loved them and they thought they were great cookies. And that's my whole thing, is that it shouldn't taste like health food. It should taste delicious, and then it should just be healthy.
Yeah, no cardboard tasting.
No one wants that.
And we talk about mood food because, that kind of makes sense. We've been learning a lot about, a lot of days people complain about migraines and feeling sluggish. And we've learned, unfortunately, sometimes we've had the science now behind it. It has to do a lot about what we're putting into it.
Oh, 100%. And it can be overwhelming when you start to kind of look into this realm of things. You realize that everything kind of matters. The dirt your food is grown in matters. And that can then just feel like really overwhelming to figure out what is good, what is safe. And at Mood Food, we don't talk about like what's good food or bad food. We focus on real food and fake food. If it's real food, it's a real food that isn't totally processed. And if it's a processed food, it's a fake food. And that's what we're against. We're not about what's good or bad.
Oh boy, well, it's been fun to meet you, Melissa Peralta. She's got a ton of energy. Mood Food Wellness Company, and you can check out the website moodfoodwellness.com. Local business owner.
Melissa Peralta, great to meet you today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.